have been trying a lot of new makeup in this month of January, and before I get to the end of the month wrap up and talk about what you should buy and what you should stay away from, I wanted to do a couple of comparisons for all of you to talk about some new products and how they compare to some old products that you might have already picked up. So let's just dive right in. I'm actually headed out on a plane, leaving on a jet plane. Okay, sorry, I'm going a little stir crazy. We've been inundated with snow. We have like 2 feet of snow and we can't go outside. So I'm starting to get a little antsy. I'm leaving on a jet plane, leaving on a plane tomorrow, actually out to LA, and have not packed, haven't figured out what I'm bringing with me at all, except for my AG1 packs, which I take with me. If you haven't tried them, I would say try the sleep ones before the vitamin day ones. Like if you're kind of, like hesitant about trying them, the sleep ones are really amazing. They really work. I have been sent some other ones too that aren't here yet that I'll let you guys know about. But if you're dealing with menopause or you're dealing with like just sleepless nights, just difficult, anxiety, whatever, the AG1 ones really do work. I'll make sure the links are down below. But the reason I bring it up is I have decided on 2 other things that I'm bringing with me. That's really all as far as I've gotten. It's not good. Then I met you, Snail Mucin. I'm sorry, every time I say Snail Mucin, I laugh. This is really good. I really like this product. I prefer to put it on the way that I do it in the video. I squeeze a little bit out of my finger and then press it in. I don't know why, but it just seems to work for me, maybe because my skin is really dry. But this deep puffs, it makes your skin look really good. Really like this. It's kind of a great travel product because 1, it's small, you can just shove it in your bag, and 2, I think when you travel, you get puffy, like, you retain water, so that's like a must-have. 2, I found a product, I did a video. If you haven't watched me before and you don't know I did this video, hi, my name is Jennifer, and I was a makeup artist for Chanel half a lifetime ago. I would love it if you'd go down and hit that subscribe button. It makes it possible for me to keep these videos free and for me to continue doing this type of work, which I love to do, and I love to connect with all of you. This is a love at first use. This is an amazing product. This is the Hermes Refresh Eye Brightener SPF 30. It is phenomenally good. If you're looking for eye brightener, you don't necessarily want coverage, but you want brightening, you need to pick this up. This is in the lightest shade. This is Adore. It comes with a silver, like cooling ball. Yes, it's got the stuff all over it. Sorry. And you just, pull under your eyes like this. It's really easy to use. The stuff comes out and you just go like this. And even though it's just, quote, a brightener, it does have a little bit of coverage. So, if you have a little bit of discoloration under the eyes, it will counteract that. But more than anything else, it brightens up the whole area. It feels incredibly good. It's not drying. So this is coming with me along with my Snail Mucin. Never thought I would say that, but whatever. Gucci lipstick. This is in shade, what shade is this? Can't I see anything? Just a moment. Marie Almond. I almost said Marie Osmond. Marie Almond, and in my opinion, this is the perfect everyday shade. Love the formula, love the way it feels, love the longevity, love everything about it. It's a great shade. That's coming with me as well. Now let's get into the comparisons. The eyes. So I got a lot of questions about the new Chanel Single Shadow in Gris Rose. Great shade, really beautiful. It's a lilac-y lavender grayish rose. That's what it is. And it's a really great one and done. I might just bring this shade with me because I'm only really there. I'm there for like 3 days, but really it's 1 day because it takes forever to get out to California and back. So I don't need a ton of makeup. And yes, I'm rambling a little bit, like I said, little stir crazy. So a lot of people have asked about the comparisons to the Nuit Astrale, which came out for Chanel for the holidays. This is the blue. And there is similarities with these shades and the Gris Rose. Here is, and I have a better up-close picture, but here's the Gris Rose shade. And here are the other shades in the palette that are similar to it. Not exact, but similar. The one that I think is closest is this one. It's more purple. It has less of a rose. It has less pink in it. And it's this shade right here in the palette. Yes, most of the embossing is now off. I have the Nuit Astrale lilac shade on this eye, and I have the Gris Rose on this eye. They both have the new Rouge Noir liner with them. It's just a good liner to go with these shades. And what I would say, looking at the colors, whether they're on my hand or on my eye, I'm getting in my 10X, sorry, disappearing for a moment. I would say that it's exactly like it is on the hand. This has more of a rosy gray, which Gris Rose, it has a little bit more pink. And this one has more purple, more lilac, more lavender. And that is what it looks like in the pan, on the hand, and on the eye. Are they drastically different? No. But guys, I mean, shades, you know, aren't drastically different from lilac to lavender. There's not. One will have a little more pink, one will have a little more purple. That is kind of the point. On me, things tend to go cooler. So what I would say is this shade might look more purple on some people, and this shade might look more pink on people because of the undertone. This has more of a pink undertone. This has more of a purple undertone. Depending on what you like and how you dress and your makeup routine, you may see these as basically the same shade and not worth picking up both. And I totally get that. But they are definitely different shades. They have a similar finish, but the Nuit Astrale has more luminosity, a little bit more shimmer to it. Not a lot, but a little bit more. Mascaras, because you can probably see there is a difference between the mascara on my eyes. This side is the old mascara from Saint Laurent. This is the Lash Clash in black. I also have it in brown. I really love this formula. I have for a while. And I like the way that this mascara looks. It is more volumizing. You can kind of see it on the eye. When you look at my eyes, this one looks a little bit more dramatic. I think that has a combination of the deeper shade with the purplier shade and the mascara. This side is the new mascara, the Yves Saint Laurent Latex, and I have to say, I have come to like it more than when I first used it. I do think it's more of a lengthening mascara, and I don't get a latex look out of it, but it is an excellent lengthening mascara. Like, it really does catch all your lashes. And I did not spend time on either one of these. Like, I wasn't super careful, and I didn't necessarily go slowly at the base like I do when I'm trying to do it professionally. Today was more of a, okay, how does it generally work when you're rushing out the door to go to work? And I have to say, this is pretty good. It's definitely a mascara that I would have in my collection. I don't think I would go and buy it necessarily again because I have my Swede mascara, which is my favorite, but it's a really good mascara, and I think it's worth picking up if you like a real lengthening mascara. It doesn't seem to smudge. It did flake a little at the end of the day, but not anything terrible. So that's where we are with that. Contour sticks. This side is the old Dior Light. Now, this is the lightest shade that Dior has, at least as far as I know, in the contour stick. I don't think they have a 0. And if they do, I haven't seen it in the US. I mean, you never know. Then the newest shade from Westman, which is the Au Lait, which is the lightest one they have. You can see there is a distinct difference between the two. I have the Au Lait over here. What I would say is that for the winter, I actually think, and when I first used it, I thought it was like a little too light for me. I think the Au Lait is actually great for someone of my coloring and undertone for the winter. I think for the summer, it actually might be a little too light because I do deepen up, believe it or not, slightly over the summer. Usually it's just freckles, but I do have more, it's less like a piece of paper and more like a live person. So I think that the Au Lait is an excellent choice for those of you who are fair to light. So what I would also say though is that it is warmer on my hand, like on my arm when I swatch it here, but when I put it on my face, it actually goes pretty cool. So I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's interacting with the oils in my skin. I really could not tell you. But yeah, I think it actually looks really nice. And so I'm going to be bringing this with me. I'll take a picture and maybe do like a little short or something from LA so you guys can see what I packed. But I'm bringing the Au Lait with me because I think as pale as I am right now, it's a good choice. It's working very well. Blush. So I have on the Gucci Arctic Rose, which has fast become one of my favorite blushes, which I never thought I would say about Gucci. And I honestly, guys, like it's not my thing. But this shade is a beautiful shade. And the satin nature of this blush is excellent. Maybe I'll bring this too. Yeah, it's really good if you're looking for a luminescent blush. I have two shades. I have the plum and I have the Arctic Rose. There are two other shades that I do want to pick up. I'll wait for a sale, but I have a lot of blush. But yeah, it's really nice. It's just a really good, brightening, healthy looking, you know, blush. On the left side, I put my most recent favorite blush before this one, which was the Starry Pink from Dior, Backstage. And this is a great blush. I still really love this. I still really love the color. And strangely enough, I still really love the scent of this. The scent is, to me, just like delicious. I don't know what it is, but it's like candy. It's so good. Every time I smell it though, I'm also like, oh, I'm hungry. So yeah, I really love the scent, which is unusual for me. But I have to say, the new shade in Gucci, this Arctic Rose, is just so pretty. The Dior Starry has more of that white cast to it, which works just fine on me. But I think people with a deeper skin tone might find this to be a little problematic. Whereas the Gucci Arctic Rose is just a very bright pop of pink that looks really nice on a lot of people. I've seen other people wear it and I've been impressed. So anyway, I would say my new favorite is the Arctic Rose from Gucci, and the formula is phenomenally good. I wouldn't say it's better than the Dior, but I will say this, it's more blurring than the Dior. The Gucci, for some reason, looks more blurred than the Dior does. It could be because of the white cast in it, and then it has like more of a luminescence, like more of a glitter, not glitter, but pearlescence, like pearlescence. So you see more texture, but the Gucci is luminescent and it blurs. I don't know how, don't ask me, but last but not least, we're gonna talk about the Hermes foundation. So I spent a lot of time with the Hermes foundation because it's $150 or whatever it is, and it took me a long time to figure out how it worked for me and to find my shade and all that good stuff. And at the end of my review, my in-depth, worth it or walk away review, my answer was, if you have oily skin, dry to, normal to oily, you should definitely take a look at it. I mean, it's expensive, and I think there's other foundations out there that will be just as good, but it's a really nice foundation for anyone who's normal to oily. And that for dry people, I think it would be fine, but you need to figure out the way that you apply it that works for you. I had tried it with numerous primers, and they didn't work well. When I say primers, I mean the primers that I normally use, which aren't actual primers. They are emulsions like the Clé de Peau. They are the Sarah Creel Moisture Source, the Merit. There's a couple of other ones that I have here that I tend to use a very emollient, moisturizing product on my face because my skin is dry. And this product, when you read the ingredients with the niacinamide, the hyaluronic acid, and the berry extract, which I've forgotten the name of, and you read, you know, a detailed review and try to understand it from a dermatological perspective, it is really not made for people who have very dry skin. It is made for people who have, I guess, if you were really being generous, dry to oily, but not very dry. It's winter here in New England. Like I said, we have so much snow, and there's no humidity. And so my skin is drier than it usually is. It sticks to any little flakes around your nose or around your mouth. And if you do not exfoliate and you do not have a good prep for your skin before you put it on, in my opinion, dry to dry, really dry skin, it does not look good. However, I have found two workarounds for that. One of them is really easy. One is a little harder. So you still have to clean your skin. You still have to have it exfoliated. I have been using new products by Shani Darden, which are excellent. One of the products is a product called the Rescue Serum. It is a love at first use. If you have not tried it, you should go buy it. You know, again, if you haven't watched me, you don't know this, but I do not say that lightly. It is amazing. It is an excellent product, and it actually makes your skin feel so soft and refined, it's ridiculous. The caveat is it has acids in it that refine and exfoliate skin, which is good, but if you have very dry skin or sensitive skin, you start out using it periodically. So I've been using it twice a week, and that's it. Then with other products, but you want to get to the point where you can use it every other night or 3 times a week. And they have a retinoid, which I have not started yet because, again, I'm building up. It is worth buying. It is excellent. If you feel like your skin is a little dull and dry looking and you're not getting that kind of inner glow, pick it up. You will thank me. Your face will look better, your skin will look better, your makeup will look better. I promise you. It's not an ad. I'm not getting paid. The Hermes. You still have to exfoliate. You still have to keep your skin like looking healthy. Like if there's dry patches and stuff, it's still gonna cling to it. However, one of you asked me if I had tried the Double Tensor Sicily primer. I'd said, no, actually I hadn't, because this primer is more like a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not a moisturizer, it's not an emollient product. It's a long wear product that kind of sits down like a film. But a film sounds bad. A very comfortable, non-irritating, this is one of the best primers on the market if you're someone who has difficulty keeping your foundation on, honestly. But it's very expensive, but it works wonders. I hadn't tried it because I was thinking, oh, but I need something emollient. This is a slightly drying foundation. It's a long wear, medium coverage matte. Now, they call it luminous matte, but still, matte. Guess what? This works exceedingly well with the Hermes. If you put this on, make sure again your skin is exfoliated and it looks, you know, you don't have, put that on, wait 5-10 minutes, Hermes glides on, it looks great. Ta-da! Yeah, it's very long wearing, it's gonna look excellent. It's gonna look like your skin is perfected. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. In my own, you know, just lack of clarity, did not think of it, but I was thinking more of, you need something hydrating, Jennifer, before you put this on. But actually what you need with this particular foundation is something that creates like almost like a glide path for the foundation when you're dry. I cannot speak to what would happen if you use this when you're oily, but I have seen people use the Double Tensor who are oily, dry, you know, all over the place, and everyone loves this. Everyone who's ever tried it and told me has loved this. So, I mean, that's an option. The Hermes primer, I have a friend who bought it and says that it looks phenomenal on her with the foundation. She's oilier than me, but she's not super oily. So as I said in my video, I was like, I bet you it works really well with its primer, the Hermes primer. And it sounds like it does. But if you don't want to spend the money on that, this one works with practically everything I've ever used in my life. And this is a great primer. I'm sure there's others. I just haven't tried every primer that's out there. But I think that the trick is a primer that creates almost like a silk-like, that's what I'm looking for, like a silk-like coverage on your skin, and then you put the foundation on and it looks beautiful. It does also last 10 hours without breaking down. I have to say, I went the other day with it and I saw no changes by the 8-hour mark, none. Like no changes. By the 9-10 hour mark, I started to see my oils peeking through, but it didn't break down. It just looked a little shiny, which was fine. So I'm going back and forth on whether I want to take this to LA with me. It will be warmer, so it would be interesting to see how it works. Also though, I'm kind of like, I have an important meeting. If it looks really bad, that would suck, but I guess I could bring both foundations with me in case it doesn't work out in the morning. But I'd love to hear your thoughts and you can let me know. So those are my thoughts on some comparisons to give you an idea of what I'm loving, what I like from these most recent collections. I will have a wrap-up video where I talk about what I think were the best products to be released in January, what were the worst, what's not worth it. But just to take away today, the Hermes, I have a better take on it than I did originally. The Gucci luminous blushes are amazing and they're permanent, so you know, wait for a sale, but they are beautiful and I love them. The lightest shade of the Westman is extremely light, excellent for people who are fair, and it's cool enough definitely to look like a contour, so don't stress too much about that. The Chanel, if you were wondering if it was just exactly the same as Nuit, it's not. It is more pink rose, and I think it's worth picking up, but again, that's my 2 cents. I don't think it's like, you must have it, or you won't make it. The Saint Laurent mascara in the latex, it's a good mascara. I really like it. It's very lengthening. For those of you who want that, go out and pick it up. And then the Gucci, the ones that I would say like are fantastic. The Marie Gucci lipstick, so incredibly good, guys. I love this shade. For if you're like fair, light, this is gonna be a great everyday shade for you. And this RMS Refresh, I cannot think of anyone who doesn't need this product because it's a brightening product. It feels great, you look really good, you look more awake, and I don't know if they have enough shades. I mean, I will say that, but that's the only bad thing I can say. Overall, I just think it's an amazing product. RMS still stands as my favorite concealer, but I'm gonna have a concealer video coming up comparing some others as well. The Tarte, you know, the Make, there's a few that I think have actually gotten pretty good. As a final note, I'm going to spray my Amora Visa. Yes, I still use my Amora Visa. It's still my favorite. And when you spray it with the Hermes, it does not disrupt it at all, not in any way, shape, or form. So that's a positive. And I have a couple of new fragrances that I'm going to talk to you guys about. There's some ones that have been definite hits and then some that have been definite misses. So I will let you know. Last but not least, you will notice that in my videos, there's a little bit of difference in lighting. Like the last one, you were like, some people noticed that it was a little bit pinker, a little bit redder. It's not a filter. I never use a filter ever, 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 ever on any of the videos that I do. I do filter my thumbnails. I like basically edit my thumbnails. That's because, to be honest with you guys, everyone edits their thumbnails and it makes it more eye-catching for people to click on a video. If you ever want to see the video, like the thumbnail before and after I edit it, I'm happy to show it to you, but it just makes it more crisp and eye-catching so people click on it. The video though, where I'm trying on makeup, I will never ever change the image because it's makeup and you have to see how it works. However, I am filming in all natural light and some days it's just a little brighter than other days. I have changed the camera though now to where it's a manual setting. So I set it to make sure that it is capturing as best as it can the actual shades of my skin. But on days that it's very, very bright, sometimes my skin will look a little bit brighter. I will always take pictures though so you can also see what my skin, you know, looks like in a picture. But yes, this is an accurate representation of my skin tone because I am really pale. I am paler than you think I am. When you meet me in person, some of you have met me in person or people out there who know me personally, I am really pale. I mean, I just am. And I am pinkish. My skin undertone is pinkish. If you see me next to Sophia or like Michelle in some of the videos we've done together, you'll see that I am the palest of pale people. My ancestry is Italian mostly, but you know, genetics are a funny thing. And most of what I picked up was Ukrainian. And for some reason, somewhere in my family, there's a very pale Ukrainian who has imparted his or her skin tone down to me. So yes, it will change slightly because it's natural light, but for the most part, I've got it as true to nature as I possibly can, given that it's a camera and not in real life. But I always take pictures as well so you guys can see. So with that, I need to really figure out what I'm going to take. I'm hoping to get this video up before I actually leave. So if you have any thoughts about what I should take, I have no idea what I'm going to wear. That's a whole nother thing. We don't even want to get into that. But I used to be good at packing. Not anymore. So thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I hope to see you in another video really soon. Bye.